Kia ora, it's Munib from Social Driving Academy, and today I've got Nikki with me for a restricted mock test. So Nikki's on her learner license and she's getting ready for her restricted. So Nikki, you've got your test booked in, have you?
Actually, I haven't yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
But I'm having a look at it, and it looks like the next available date will be sometime in September. So I'm looking at a few coaching sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Yeah.
Yes, the wait time seems to be very long
Yeah.
at the moment because of backlogs and all of that. So that's good then. So we'll do a mock test today, and then we'll see how we get on, and then we've got lots of time. Also, sometimes slots do open up, because someone might cancel. So if we're ready before September, we can just keep an eye on those slots and book in as soon as something pops up. Cool. So the format of today will be that I'll give you directions like the restricted test, left turn, right turn. We'll do a reverse parallel park. We'll try and do a 3-point turn. We'll do the change lanes. We'll go through all of the maneuvers that you get tested on and that you need to know to be able to drive. I can do either feedback as we go along if you like, so I can just tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing not quite at the standard, or I can just take notes and then debrief you at the end. Which would you prefer?
Which one do you think is more effective?
I like to give feedback as we go along. Let's
Feedback
identify the issue and then
address it
talk about it.
away.
And then if I see a pattern going on, then I'll start to try and do some coaching at the same time.
Great.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Any questions before we begin then?
No, nothing more.
Okay, so whenever you're ready then, you're welcome to go ahead and to drive, release the handbrake, and then let's continue forward.
Yeah.
Handbrake off. Oh, just by your left hand, by your left leg there.
Oh, which one?
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's one
I'm
of the,
so used to the handbrake.
It's a hand brake, not a hand foot brake.
Right.
So it's just a pull up a little bit. Yes, and then push down on the button. Give way to the left. Yes. No, give way to the left. Yes. Okay. Here we go. And then a left turn at the end of the driveway.
Yeah.
Nikki, how about we turn our lights on too, because visibility slightly reduced. And then a left turn at the end of the road. Yes, please. Yep. At the next street, turn right. Yeah, you're welcome to take your time, in the first 5 minutes, just get used to the car steering, acceleration. All of this is a 50k area. More left. Just coming into the corners, you can just slow down a little bit more, decelerate a bit more, so that you can stay within the lane.
With the lane.
Yeah. At the end of the road, turn right. At the next street, turn left. And at the end of the road, turn around. Do a U-turn. Good. Just with that blind spot though, Nikki, check a little bit sooner. Just before you reach the center waypoint, that's where you should start monitoring the blind spot. Left
So
turn.
head checks?
Yes, do the head check a little bit earlier. I thought you weren't going to check, but you know, you did check, but it was a little bit late.
Yeah.
You almost want to check before you, like, as you go around the dead end.
Yeah.
If there's any driveways at the dead end, you know, you want to check before the driveway in case someone is going to go straight through and not give way to you. At the next street, turn left. Follow the corner to the left. This is just a corner for you, so no need to indicate.
Oh yeah.
Because you're following the line, it's a bit hard to see. But right turn into the next street. Decelerate going into the corner early so it's nice and controlled going in, and then so that you're able to stay left of the line.
Left. Should I be closer to the left side or
a little bit more center left, I think. Yes, you're probably getting a little bit too close to the line and you risk going over.
Oh yeah.
Straight ahead at this giveaway intersection. Straight ahead at this next intersection. At the end of the road, turn right. Give way, give way, give way, give way, give way, give way. Oh, you mustn't start moving into the intersection like that, Nikki, until the vehicle has completely passed.
Yeah.
Right. right turn into the next street.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And then a U-turn at the end of the road.
What's this way?
Yes, like that, because there's a driveway here, there's a driveway there, you know. Here's another driveway, so you do another check. Left turn. And then another left turn into the next street.
Over there?
Yes, please.
Like this one?
Yeah. Oh no, just up there. Yeah. Now I'm going to try and look for a car for us to parallel park behind.
Oh yeah, I'm bad at that.
Your favorite maneuver?
Oh my goodness. I've been trying like every single day at work to not find the easy car park, instead practice.
Excellent, good work.
So far I'm getting better, hopefully.
Nice. Yeah, well the reverse park for the test is real easy. We'll see how you get on.
Yeah.
But it's a real easy maneuver, and we'll go through the details of it.
Well, they always ask me to park behind a car, or like never in between two cars.
Never in between two cars. Straight ahead at the intersection.
Because I have a people mover, I'm a bit worried that if it's in between two cars, I'm still in the process of learning how to judge how long my car is.
Yes. If it is in between two cars, it will be that the vehicle behind will be very far away.
Yeah. Okay.
Like more than 12 meters behind. Left turn, so straight ahead, left turn.
Yeah.
Yes, indicate left. Yes. And then this is a corner. You can cancel signal. Yes. Let's park up next to that car, Nikki, and we'll reverse parallel park behind it. Alright, okay, that's pretty good.
Oh my god.
Nice and quick too. So we're within 1 to 2 meters of the car in front, so that's good. That meets the standard. We're within 30 centimeters of the curb, so that's good. And we're at least a meter away from any driveway, so that's good too. Yeah, that's good. The only thing you could have done better was as you pulled up, you indicated, but I'm not quite sure whether you checked your left mirror and your blind spot left. So as you pull over, indicate mirrors, blind spot. And then you went into reverse, you checked your blind spot left, and then you checked your right mirror, but you didn't check your blind spot right. Yeah. So
I think I did a head check when I was already moving. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes.
So yes, before you start moving, and then while you're moving as well, in case someone comes out from a driveway on the right.
Yeah.
No, that was pretty good. Okay, we'll have another attempt later.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready, you can move off. Check your blind spot left as well. So it's both blind spots when you're reversing. turn at the end of the road. Right turn at the end of the road. At the intersection. Nikki, you're probably when you're turning right, you're starting to steer immediately as you start to move off,
Yeah.
and for that reason you're turning a bit narrow. When you're turning right, you should just go straight ahead into your lane first and then steer right, locks, you know.
Yeah.
So you go wide into your lane.
Yeah.
At the end of the road, right turn.
This is quite a busy road.
Yes, like that. And then at the next street we'll turn right.
So this next street.
Yes, yes. It's just after this building here.
Oh yeah. After
Just
the building.
where that orange sort of barrier is.
This one.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on that speed, Nikki, because I think you are sort of creeping up past the speed limit every now and then.
Oh yeah.
Of course, you might get that with the new car, you know. Just
With the speed limit,
Yes.
what speed am I allowed to go over like the speed limit by a few?
yes, there is some
Thanks, yeah.
tolerance. You're not allowed to go more than 5k. That's
yeah.
pretty much left turn. It's more than 5k is a critical error. More than 10k is an immediate failure.
So I'm just gonna make sure it stays within that range.
Yeah. Did you notice that merge sign, Nikki?
Oh, I didn't.
No, no.
Oh, sorry. So I should have indicated.
Yes, yes, indicated.
Shake, yeah.
Mirror head shake. So as we turned left, you know, you were looking to your right and not so much paying attention to the left, you know. But if you had a quick scan to the left, look all the way up, then you would have seen the merge sign early on.
I think that's sort of like a bad habit that I probably adapted. Like I look over so much to my right, and not enough to my left.
Yes. Yes, it's a bit of a skill, you know, as well. That takes time. First, you have to know about it, know about the idea, and then practice it. When safe, let's change lanes to the right. all of 50k, 50k. That's it. If you'd like to do your back wiper, it's just the top bit of the left lever.
Which one?
Yes, just the top bit. If you turn that away from you, or just the knob at the end.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh,
right
this
at the end. Yes, that.
This one?
No, keep coming
Oh, this
out.
one.
Yes. If you turn that away from you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like this.
Sorry. Oh, that one.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, new car.
No, that's okay. No pressure.
That's why every time my husband asks me, "Do you want to practice in another car?" I'm like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can actually drive another car.
Yeah, you should. You should take every opportunity to drive different vehicles. Most controls will be the same, but then it's nice to have that flexibility. I work in a trucking company too, and whenever they have a new truck, it's nice to be able to go out and just learn the controls. When safe, let's change lanes to the left. This is a 60k road, of course.
60K, yeah.
You know, when I was telling you
got it.
to stay at
Yeah.
50, there was a speed sign there
Yeah.
that said 60. Left turn. So every time we make a turn, Nikki, have a look for speed signs.
Yeah.
So we're turning and we're stopped at a red light. Have a look into your turn and identify any signs. Okay, we can't see any right now.
No.
Maybe if you move forward a little bit more. No signs?
No.
Okay. There used to be a sign there.
Maybe they removed it or the wind removed it.
That's right, yeah. So what this will mean then that
Go now, eh?
yes.
Yeah.
That this is a 60 zone and this is a 60 zone. Because there's no sign saying otherwise. So generally though, whenever you exit from a road and turn into a road, that's where speed limit signs will be displayed. So that's your critical point, like where when you turn in, then you look for signs in the direction of travel, obviously. At the next street, turn right.
This one, eh?
Yes, coming up. Just yes. Don't forget the mirrors as well. Yes. Cool, here we go. See, here's another street that we're turning into, and then you look for the signs. Straight ahead.
Go straight.
Yes, please. See, Mickey, another merge.
Merge, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it late.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it late.
Oh yeah. I always miss out on that.
Yeah?
The merge one, yeah.
When did you see it? Only when I called it? Or?
Yes, only when you called it. I saw it late.
Yeah. So, look ahead.
Yeah.
Anytime you can't see, just slow down a little bit. Left turn. And the other thing is, left turn over here, is that when the lanes split, because both lanes were going straight ahead, you should have defaulted into the left lane.
Yeah.
Like the road code says. Keep left.
So, when the road split, I should always be on the left?
Yes, if both lanes are going in the same direction.
Because I think when you're when you're a new driver, you have that tendency to have a tunnel vision.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I've had that for so long, and my
Yes.
husband is just starting to get me out of it.
Ah, yes,
So
of
like
course. It takes
he was
time.
like, you gotta pay attention to everything that's going around
Absolutely.
you.
And you know what you can always do is just drive a little bit slower than you would normally to give you more time to be able to
Yeah.
digest everything. So you know what the speed limit here is?
Yes, 80.
You saw the sign?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, you know, look ahead and look for the signs and changes early. Of course, the weather doesn't help, but yeah, you can begin to decelerate because of all the red lights up ahead. All the queuing going on. Left turn at the traffic light. Start slowing down. Yes. That's you're not going to be able to switch through. Yes, just in case. Just, I want to make sure we're on the same page. I'm not going to be able to go through that. We're not the bus in Harry Potter.
I know. It just squeezes in.
Yes.
Yeah, my husband was even asking, why did you not learn how to drive when you were in the Philippines?
Oh, yes.
I'm like, well, in the Philippines, you just pay money, you get your driver's license. You don't have to go through these.
Yes.
And I don't want to have the license just because I paid the money.
Yes, yes.
I want to learn how to drive.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah.
I don't care how long it takes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get my license.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just and I imagine that the Philippines has good public transport infrastructure. And,
Not really.
No? No?
We're like the worst when
Really?
it comes to public transport.
oh, wow.
We have bad drivers.
Yes.
We have bad drivers. We have a bad public transport system.
Ah.
So it's you just choose the lesser of two evils. Either you're gonna get a car and it's gonna be it's gonna cost you so much petrol,
Yeah.
or you're gonna brave the public transport.
Oh, wow. Okay. So look up into the corner as you approach too. Yeah, I'll just turn the wipers a bit faster. So that Did you see that merge? And into the right lane, please. Yes. Did you see the merge sign? I think you saw it. You looked at
Yes, yeah.
it, and then it
And
said 200 meters.
Yeah,
It said.
the 200 meters, yeah.
But then when we went through the corner and then approached the merge, then you didn't react to the merge at all.
Oh,
I think between the sign and
Yeah.
the corner, you forgot about the merge. Maybe. Did you?
Yeah.
You think that's what happened?
Yes. I think I definitely need more coaching sessions.
You're doing okay, but it's just things to look out for, right? I mean,
Yeah.
part of driving is like controlling the vehicle, and then the second part
Yeah.
is to read the road, and it's a skill that takes time.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, what to look for, what to anticipate.
Yeah.
You know, cues. You know.
Because like before I was practicing indicating at roundabouts,
That's it.
and then my husband said,
Yes.
yeah, you indicate in roundabouts when you go to your restricted and your TS, but when you go on the real road, you'll notice a lot of cars don't indicate in roundabouts.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm like,
Yes.
well, then how would I know where they're going?
Yeah. Absolutely. Then you also have to read their speed,
Yeah.
their position, their steering. you know, look at where they're looking.
Yeah.
There's many other cues that you can consider. Just a little bit slower on the speed. A little bit slower there, Nikki. Yeah, just under 60. Especially with the weather, you know, we'd want to drive to the conditions anyway. And then we'll turn right into the next street, and it's just coming up where that car's coming out of now. Done. And do you know what the speed limit here is?
50.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so you're getting better at that idea, you know? Look for the
Getting
speed sign.
really good tips from you.
Oh, good, thank you. Yeah, that's
So
what
now
I...
every time I even just drive like short distance, because I don't really drive long distances. But
Yes.
I think the furthest I've drive is taking my daughter to childcare
Oh, yes.
and going to work with my husband in the car. Like I always develop like really bad habits.
Yeah,
So at least now I'm gonna practice it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Left turn into the next street. Just up there, sorry. Just halfway into this corner here. Yeah. Good.
The roads here are really good. It's a lot better than Newland. Because
Yeah.
the one in Newland, because there were so many roadworks, like it's so hard to even like,
Left turn here, Nikki, and then right turn into the next street immediately after. Left turn and then right turn. Right turn into the next street. Good, nicely done.
thank you.
With this kind of maneuver though, if the two lanes on our right are
Yeah.
both clear, you can go into the lane furthest away immediately,
Yeah.
doing a change lane in between, where you go straight into the outer lane,
Yeah.
but you indicate for that change lane
Yeah.
into the outer lane and check mirror, check blind spot, and then go straight
Yeah.
into the outer lane. Or you could do what you've done, if there's
One at
traffic,
a time.
one at a
Okay.
time, but it'd be a little bit less efficient.
Yeah.
Especially if both lanes are clear.
Yeah.
A little bit more decelerating maybe in, and then it'll feel a bit more controlled. Also, Nikki, I see that sometimes you're steering and then you're just leaving your hands in a locked sort of position. Try and return them back to the 2/4 to 3. So that your hands are always on the top of the wheel.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're steering and then both your hands are like this.
Yeah.
And then you're just leaving them there. You should
So,
just bring,
bring it back. Yeah.
bring one hand back to the other side. Straight ahead. Stay in the left lane. We'll turn right at the traffic light.
Yeah.
There's 2 lanes turning right. Here we go. Stay in the left lane. Yes, yes, stay in the left lane. Yes. Speed are we doing right now?
40, so I need to accelerate.
Yes. So what would that mean if you were going 40 in a 30
I
zone?
would have critical immediate fail.
Yes. What about with the test with all the roadworks in Lynn? Did you hit 30 or at every 30 zone?
Yes, but it was more of we didn't even move for like 20 minutes because we were stuck in traffic.
Oh yes. So you were going slow anyway.
Yeah, like it was that bad.
Yeah. Left. So look, Nikki, we're already hitting 50.
Yeah.
But it's a 30 zone still.
Oh, still
Left
30
turn,
zone.
yes. Until you pass the sign.
Yeah. So
left turn, please.
when do I know when the speed limit starts and ends?
The speed limit starts from the sign. So
Okay.
the 30 speed zone begins from the 30k sign.
Yeah.
And
then
the
ends.
50 only begins after the 50k.
Right. Okay.
Right turn at the traffic light. Good, good. I like that you didn't. So let's say there's a 30k sign here, you know, at the traffic light. We'd already have to be at 30 by that sign. And then if the 50k sign is at the next set of traffic lights, we can only start passing 30 after that.
Yeah. So regardless of all the cars.
Yes, you have
Because
to.
I think my biggest worry is getting tooted at.
Of course.
And I'm worried that they'll just like
That is
toot at me because I was going too slow.
Of course, and some may, you know, but that is the only straight ahead. It is the only time where getting tooted at is acceptable because you're doing the speed limit.
Yeah.
That's legal speed limit. You can't go over. It was something I struggled with as well when I was going for my tests a long time ago. You know, I was thinking 30 feels so slow.
Yeah.
But that's just the speed limit. You just have to make
just
it happen.
gotta do. So don't worry about the people behind.
Right turn. Just refocus, reframe that this is your test.
Yeah.
You have to make it happen. See it like that with your hand position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A little bit more left. Yes. And then right turn at the traffic light. Use the left lane.
Right turn.
Yes, use this lane. Use this lane to turn right because there's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Because I could say use the right lane to turn right, or I could say use the left lane to turn right. See there too, Nikki, I'd probably go a little bit wider. I'd probably go straight ahead and then do a right hand, like almost like a right angle turn towards the end, because you're starting to cut it a little bit too close to the right. Yeah.
Alright.
And if there's a large vehicle in that lane cutting too close to our side, then we might both meet at the middle.
Yeah.
Yep. Just remember, you've got to hit 30 by the sign. yeah, that's really maybe start slowing down a little bit earlier because that's real touch and go. Also, you know, make sure that you have a look into your mirrors when you begin to slow down for that 30 zone. Keep it at 30. Keep it at 30, Nikki. Practice driving the 30. Reframe your thoughts. You know, don't worry about the traffic behind us. This is the legal speed limit. And then you're going to have to change lanes to the left. Wedge to the left. That's it. Only now you can start to accelerate. Left turn at the traffic light. Into the left turn bay. Looked like you were gonna miss the left turn bay. Were you?
I thought it was at the traffic light, but then I realized that the left turning bay is here.
Yeah, I suppose besides the visibility being a little bit you know, reduced, what you could always do is, as soon as you hear the instruction, take your foot off the accelerator just a tiny bit. Yeah, right turn into the VTNZ over here. This one here. Yes. So these are both one ways.
Probably need to familiarize myself with the area more.
Right turn into this first driveway over here. That's it. And then you're welcome to park up anywhere along the right hand side. Cool. Get into park and brake up. Alright, let's... Yes, and switch off the lights too. Cool, alright.
Oh my god!
How was that?
I know, like, now you've pinpointed to me a lot of stuff that I'm actually missing out on.
Yeah.
Now I actually know what I needed to practice on.
Yeah, well, you don't know what you don't know, right? Until someone says, okay, well, that actually is not the right kind of behavior.
And I think the reason because sometimes when we go out for the weekends, my husband would ask me, do you want to drive? And I'm like, no, because I'm not familiar with the area. So I think I've just only been driving in areas that I'm really familiar with. So I know where the signs are. I know what the speed limit is.
You know where the driveway is.
So this is actually good that I'm in an unfamiliar area. So now I know what I'm missing out on.
Absolutely. You know, with that I did. That's what I tell my students, that go and drive in unfamiliar areas. Like getting ready for the test, you have to drive in many different sort of scenarios. You know, every area that you go to, there'll be something unique that you'll experience. Absolutely. So something that you need to do more of. Every opportunity you get, you should say, yes, I'll drive, but you know, make sure you stay calm. if he doesn't. Cool. So in terms of the mock test, how do you feel that went? Besides the unfamiliarity, of course.
I think I probably have failed. If that was a mock test, if that was a test already, I would have failed. Overall, not too bad. I mean, some of the stuff that I picked up on was
I did feel like the mirrors were not frequent enough, and sometimes that happens when you jump into a new car, a high pressure situation. You tend to pay less attention to the mirrors, but more mirror checking before and after any maneuver, before and after any turns. The blind spot checking, there was a couple of times with the dead end, for example, the blind spot check I felt was a little bit late. The reverse park, make sure that you check both your blind spots before you reverse, and then the mergers, which you did not react to. So you didn't check your blind spot at all with the mergers. And then we also talked a little bit about scanning, like for example, like one of the things that we talked about was looking into your turn, especially if you're doing a left turn. Generally the focus will be on the right, but look also in the direction of travel, and try and get a glance as far as you can see as well, so you can identify the speed changes, you can identify merge signs, you can identify multiple lanes, and which lane you need to turn into. Also the general idea as we drive along will be that you scan as far as you can see, as we drive along, try and scan as far forward as you can see, up into the road, so that you identify the merges and stuff. So that's something we can practice as well. Lane choice, so we talked about when one lane splits into two, that you should move into the left lane by default if they're both going in the same direction. Cool?
Yeah.
So you should always move into the left lane by default.
Yeah.
So again, identify that early enough. Look, scan far, identify that early, and then as the lane splits, indicate mirrors blind spot like you would do for a merge, and move into the left lane. And then we also talked about steering. Sometimes you're just leaving your hands locked in that sort of position there.
Should be when turning.
Yes.
Return it again.
Return it again. Either use the push-pull technique, and then always have both hands on their own sides, or do that and then return your hand. Cool. So that's some general feedback there. Now, the reverse park, that was pretty good, that attempt. The only thing that we talked about was making sure that you check your mirrors, check your blind spot as well as you pull up. You're looking for any cyclists that may try and squeeze through, and that before you reverse, you check both your blind spots, left, right, and that you continuously monitor the right as well. The dead ends. So the first time we did did a U-turn at a dead end, you did check your blind spot, but it was a little bit late. So then we talked about the idea of checking it early, and perhaps also checking it early prior to any driveways in at the end of the driveway. The flush median from the top of the road, that maneuver you seem to be doing well. When you change lanes into the flush median, you indicate you check your mirrors, check your blind spot. The first time that we turned in, you probably turned in a little bit too early. The turn wasn't until a little bit further ahead, but there wasn't any sign, and it was a bit hard to see as well, the turn. So but there's a 50-meter rule. You mustn't drive in a flush median for more than 50 meters before your turn. Cool. We didn't get a chance to do check whether you know how to use a flush median from the bottom of the road. I took us to a situation, but then both sides ended up clear. Remember early on you said, "Oh, this road is busy," and then there was a flush median in the middle. Have you had much practice doing that? So like
not really.
No. You know the situation?
Haven't had that kind of situation yet.
Okay. So we can have a go at that. The change lanes were good. The couple merges that you missed altogether. One, we turned left, and then there were two lanes, and then they narrowed into one. There was a merge sign.
Should be.
So had you looked to the left.
If I looked to the left, I would have seen it.
You would have seen it early on, and then as you make the turn, then turn slowly and then scan forward,
Yeah.
and then oh yeah, okay, there's a merge sign, and then you can start to accelerate, you know.
Yeah.
And the second one was that we saw the merge sign on the left, then we went around a corner, and then we continued driving, and then the merge happened. So
Yeah.
perhaps you must have forgotten about the merge sign.
Yeah.
And then we also talked about lane choice. So when the lane splits into two, that you move into the left lane. So we've yet to have a go at the 3-point turn. And then we also talked about lane position. So we talked about how if you're turning right, then you should turn wide and straight into your lane. You're not turning too sharp, but you know, you're almost going like this, and then you're going. So you should just go straight into your lane.
And then
that's what I like to do. Straight into my lane, and then turn. Cool. So not too bad. I've got a couple of fail to indicate, fail to check your blind spot, critical errors for the merges. And the major that I've got is the dangerous action.
Yeah, the give way.
Give way. Yeah, you mustn't start to move forward into your lane until both sides are clear.
Yeah.
The risk there is that you start to move forward, and one of two things can happen. You don't get a gap, and then you get stuck in the middle of the intersection, or that someone behind you thinks that you're moving off and there's a clear gap as well, and then they hit you as you're moving off, and then
got it.
So any questions about any of that?
No, I totally agree with everything.
Yeah, that's good. Good. Sometimes people
I really need to practice looking at my left a lot more. And scanning for signs.
Okay, well, let's end the recording here, and then we can take it from there.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.